Hello everyone, welcome back. Episode 2. So first episode, if you did watch it and read my pinned comment, you will see that I did notice that there was a lot of problems with the video quality. The quality just straight up wasn't that great. So turns out that I couldn't actually record in ultra wide, my ultra wide monitor, which is what I have, and edit/export through my video editing software on ultra wide as well, because it doesn't support the 21:9 aspect ratio. But I did find a workaround to it, and actually it already applied the workaround I'm talking about to the first video that's up on YouTube now. Basically I just have to export it in, I just had to change the quality I was exporting it in, and also using a different program I was able to cut down the file size of the video and also crop it as well. So there's a little tip for any of you that are recording on ultra wide but don't have the means to actually edit and export ultra wide video. I use a handbrake called handbrake. I said that in reverse. I use a program called Handbrake to basically crop the video from the 16:9 aspect ratio back to the 21:9 aspect ratio. Unfortunately, this does make the quality go down a little bit, but for general YouTube viewing, it's perfectly fine. If you go back to my first video now, it's still watchable by any means, unless you're very, very particular about watching high definition. Hopefully this one though will be the same, but the quality will be improved again. So basically I've worked out how to lose less quality on my videos. Anyway, let's get into it. So we left off last video right here. So we had set up our concrete extractors. We had set up our rare metals refinery to process the waste rock into rare metals that we can launch back to Earth. So far we haven't produced any. And we also need fuel. So we were waiting on this rocket to land here, which it's landed now, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do, first thing, unpause the game, and now I'm going to actually build a fuel depot. Fuel refinery, sorry. It's all the same thing. So basically, we need water and electricity to produce fuel. So the trick I use to produce fuel is moisture evaporators. We ordered 2 of these on the last rocket as well. So basically we're going to place one of these down, one water tower, and the fuel refinery itself, and then obviously some pipes and some electricity to connect it all. So the way we do this is we get one moisture evaporator, consumes 5 electricity units. So all we have to do is figure out where to build this. I might build it sort of out the way, so maybe here. We might go here. Yeah, this will do. Also, you see the blue ring around this? If you have 2 moisture evaporators within that, within range of each other, they will not be as efficient. They will work less. So that's a little tip. We'll place it there. We want a water tower to store the water, so I guess we could just put it there. Building not working. Oh yeah, we need waste rock, that's why it's not working. And then we need the fuel refinery itself. I'm trying my best this game to keep things sort of like lined up slash symmetric, so hopefully we can do that. Now water tower, it only stores water, it doesn't need electricity. Sorry about the background noise, my air conditioner just kicked in. And we do need I'm going to use solar panels again to power all of this. So I might run the solar panels behind it. So we want 1, 2, 3. So basically they use 5 electricity units each. These generate 5 each, so we will actually want 1 more, so 4. So 5 times 2 is 10. So 2 of these panels will produce electricity for these. And the other 2 will be excess that we're going to store in a battery. And that's going to be used for when I don't know where I should put the battery. So particular about where I place things. Could just place it there. The battery is going to be used for producing fuel at night time. So when I'm not recording, I like to speed things up, so I might just do that while I'm recording as well. Oh yeah, so this is perfect. The sun's about to set. As you can see, our power accumulator is charging. It's almost half charged. It should be enough to run this during the night. Same with this one. So I think every day what happens is it doesn't charge up fully unless I have more power going into it, but it will charge up enough to run this, and vice versa with this one. Alright, so we've got fuel, we've got concrete. Well, we've got fuel once it's all built, I should say. We've got concrete. We need metal next, but we can't take advantage of these metal deposits until we get humans. So I think what we need to do next is... Where is my rover going? Where are you going? Just scan that, then scan that one, then come back and do these ones afterwards. Yeah, so I think what we want to do next is pretty much just collect resources. So at this point, and get our research up. So we might actually be ready for a dome soon, to be honest. You can theoretically build a dome on the first day, but I like to get a little bit of infrastructure set up first. Domes need, as well as water and oxygen, they need power, and that's all they need. Water, oxygen, and power. The three life support things. Electricity or power is not life support, but I count it as life support because it is used for heating, and colonists will freeze without heating. So if we did build a dome, which we're going to, we want it to overlap both of the research boosts icons there, so we get the full 35% research, as I mentioned in the first video. We don't want it to overlap the deposit, so what we're going to have to do is remove our thing there and basically just move everything. Hopefully we can move the rocket. There should be enough room here. Oh, there is, but the rockets, I would rather it have be over this way a bit, but the rocket's in the way. But you know what? That's fine.
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, I guess what we can do is actually just set it up. We're not going to have colonists move into it yet, but we can set it up ready, because then that will greatly boost our research potential. So if we put it here, we still have access to the to the normal metals deposit. So I think we might just put it there. Alright, might as well do it. Oh yes, we need some pipes as well. What's the shortcut for pipes? V. So C for cables, V for pipes.
Breakthrough discovered.
Now, you don't need pipes going from one thing to everything in particular. They can sort of run through each other, so the water can run through the tank into this, even if it's not being stored in here. And that goes for, other things as well. Like, you could have the water tank on the opposite side here, and it could run through the fuel refinery into the water. Alright, so we're going to upgrade this. so we can produce more. 50% production.
Anomaly
That will be enough
analyzed.
to keep our tank full and also keep on producing fuel. I'm just going to slow this down for a second. We are actually producing a lot of research stuff. So anomaly analyzed. Always make sure that you are keeping your slots full of research in case you get like boosts of research. Then sometimes if you run out and you get boosts, it's just going to waste. Like your extra research is going to waste. We'll do that one. Apartments, do we want that? Probably not yet. Landscaping nanites. Landscaping projects progress without the need of drones and are generally faster. That's cool. I've never seen that breakthrough before. I think breakthroughs are also random for each game, for each playthrough. Like this, I think there's more breakthroughs than there is actually space in this tech tree. So, okay, we'll just get apartments next for the 5th slot. So we need polymers, which we have none. So this is the problem with early game. You can't produce your own, materials until you get colonists to produce them. But then you can't get colonists if you don't have a dome, and you can't build the dome if you don't have the materials. So you are stuck with buying. So the good thing about starting with the sponsor I had was that we get some large supply pods. I think we get 5. Yeah, 5. So they're good for holding a lot of stuff. This shows in our colony, this shows us what we have in there. So what we need is polymers, probably get some of them metals, parts and electronics as well, just to keep us up and running. And yeah, large supply pods, they're still not anywhere near as large as rockets themselves, but we have 5 free ones, so we may as well use them early on while we also have not a lot of money. So basically now we're waiting for that supply pod to come. They are fairly fast, so it shouldn't take too long. And yeah, so my goal now is to collect resources and to build this dome, get some life support set up, and to move colonists in so they can start researching. So while we're waiting for that supply pod, we can sort of set up what we're going to need. So what we are going to need is a moisture evaporator, a water tower, a water tank, and a oxygen moxie. Should I just bundle it all here together? Because that, if I have a metals extractor here, it's going to produce a lot of dust. So I kind of want it away from that. So yeah, I might keep it all over here. It doesn't have to be touching the dome. I could have it this way more. Like I could have it over here really if I wanted to. But I actually might have it on this side. Oh, no, because if we make a second dome, where are we going to put it? I guess we can put it there. I don't know. Decisions. We'll have it over here.
We've analyzed material from the anomaly, and it completely validates our hypothesis on abiogenic petroleum.
Reduce cost of physics research by 10%. I'll just reduce that research there. If you're interested in reading that sort of stuff, I'm probably going to skip a lot of it through this playthrough because I've read it all before. So if you want to read it, you might have to pause it. I do apologize about that. They should connect. So one there, and then one there. So then that should connect to the water tower and the dome. And then the pipes over here should connect to the dome and the oxygen tank and the moxie to produce the oxygen. So then All we need now is electricity for this dome to work. Once again, going to use solar panels. I keep making the mistakes of having settlements and building them up so much that I need like literally hundreds of panels. So I'm going to try to avoid that this time. So in the future, I think we said we're going to put a dome there, so I might put some panels out this way. Maybe we can like probably do something like this. Let's see. Could do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll just do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the ground's already flat, but there's rocks, so the drones are going to have to remove those rocks for us. Which I don't think they are. How many drones have we got over here? 6. Nope. I want this. The drone commander. Okay, this is another problem. All of our resources are over here, but all of this is out of range from this. So that's why the shuttles are good. Because the shuttles, we need 10, 15, and 10. The shuttles can transfer materials from one depot to another, and it doesn't matter how far away they are. So we actually are going to build a shuttle hub straight away. So we can do this. So we might just have it here, to be honest. It does require electricity. That's all it needs is electricity and fuel. Okay, so I'm going to let all of this build up sort of thing, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now we've got our shuttle hub up and running. This is what I've done. I've just put some solar panels there and a battery to power it. And so now we've got that up and running. I've put a universal deposit down here, and so the shuttles are now automatically sharing out the resources. So because we have resources over here that are waiting, so things that are waiting on resources, I should say, the shuttles should prioritize bringing resources to this area, to the closest universal depot, or any depot that can house the parts we need. I just think it's really cool. Doesn't make much sense how they teleport things, but anyway. So yeah, that's all up and running. We've only got 3 shuttles, but that is more than enough. Well, it's not more than enough, but it's a good amount to begin with. So I think we are going to still need some more polymers and stuff. So what I actually think we need to do is build a drone hub somewhere in the middle that it can work on all of these. So ideally a drone hub here would be great, or we could put 2, one here where this rocket is and one over here. I think that would be our best option. So if we put one here, we can have one there. So what I think I'll do is I'll put a drone hub right here. Yep, and then have one here overlapping it, because our rockets aren't going to always be here. So we need the drone hub set up so they can charge the drones and control them, control what they're doing. Oh yeah, we still need some. Still need all of this set up. Speaking of which, we're very low on metal. So what I might have to do is send my rover to get some metal, so then we can build stuff, build more stuff. Alright, so as you can see, well, it shows when you click on a drone hub, it shows this huge hex area that it covers. So because our rockets aren't going to always be here, as I said before, if we have our drone hubs so they're just in range of each other, so they're overlapping. Then if one of them breaks down and there's no rockets or RC commander, which is this thing, anywhere about, the drones can just go from one to the other to repair it if
Dust storm approaching.
if the resources are there. So that's why you don't always have to, but what I do is I have a universal depot right near each drone hub, basically, and then that helps with the whole resource sharing, and so you hopefully areas are never out of resources. So I don't want to really extend any further early game anyway, like
Research
out
complete.
anymore.
Milestone
I kind of just want to
achieved.
stick to this area. We're getting some good research going. Construct a dome. Yes, milestones give you research. I think I said that in the last video. This has no life support, but that's fine. A dust storm's coming. So what we're going to do is we're not going to get colonists until after that dust storm has come. Oh, it's a dust storm now, apparently. Okay, so we're just going to basically wait now until all of this is built, and then we're going to... Oh yes, the problem, these require power, I forgot. Use solar panels again. The reason I like to use solar panels over, for example, the wind turbines is because wind turbines cost 0.5 maintenance with mechanical parts, or the large ones cost 1. And mechanical parts are something that you either have to buy from Earth or you have to produce using colonists. And with the solar panels, they only require metals, and you don't need colonists to produce metals until you need a large amount of metals, because metals, you can find surface metals like here and all spread around. Oh yes, solar panels don't work in dust storms either, so when these batteries die, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for everything. This is why you have batteries, this is why you have a water tank, so your fuel refinery can still work until the water in the tank runs out, and then your batteries will still work until the electricity runs out. Same with the Moxie over here, producing oxygen, which it hasn't produced any oxygen yet anyway. When that runs out, the domes will take the oxygen from the tanks, and then when they run out, then there'll be no oxygen left until your Moxie starts working. So yeah, I think so far we're doing fairly well, even though right now it looks bad, but that's just because we're in a dust storm. So we're doing fairly well. So what I might do is I might just wait out this dust storm and try to get everything up and running, and then we'll look at getting some colonists in. We have got our dome up and running. We've got all the necessities. We've got the solar panels, we've got the power accumulator, and we also have water and, you know, a little depot there. So now I think it's time to get some colonists in before we finish up this episode. So that would be nice. So first thing we have to do is send this rocket back. I was going to do it before, but I thought it would be cool to just see on camera, so we are going to launch this rocket back to Earth. Only 12 out of 30
Milestone achieved.
rare exports, but that's okay. And let's just watch this take off. And a meteor falling in the background. That's a cool sight. Okay. So that rocket's gone. It will take a bit of time for that rocket to return to Earth, but in the meantime, what we might do is we might speed up time a little bit. So first thing the colonists are going to need
Research
is
complete.
somewhere to live. So we're going to build a living complex. So just one of these, it houses 14 colonists. You can also get these at house 4. 4, 8, 12. So it's actually better space-wise to build a complex like this. Okay, colonists, they also are going to need food. And because this dome is our research hub, we're going to put a research station. So for food, they need a grocer to be able to go to and collect the food. But also, they need somewhere to grow the food. So here it is, hydroponic farm. Let's put one of them in there. And we need a research station. That was the other thing, research lab. So we'll put one of these as well. I would like to actually have more than one research station just so we can get more research done, but that's something we are not going to be able to do yet because it requires more people. And when we get our first lot of colonists, our founders, we can't get any more for 10 souls or 10 days. Martian days consist of nearly 25 Earth hours. Very nice. So yes, all we have to do now is wait for the rocket to get back, then load it up with people, then bring it on. So the types of people we're going to want are botanists to work on our farm and scientists to work in the research lab. Now there is like other jobs we can give them all in this one dome. Like we could build a metals refinery to extract metals. We could build a polymer factory, which is what I actually wanted to do. But as you can see, it requires 18 workers. And I'm not sure we can have enough residents in this one dome for the polymers and the research labs, etc.
Funding received.
Okay, so our rocket's been returned. It's a passenger rocket. So here you can select all your passengers. You can go through them individually. These are the matching applicants. So what that means, matching applicants, is they match the filters that you have set. So perks, I'm gonna turn everything off, so I don't want any perks or anything, so I'm gonna clear all of this. So we actually have 106 applicants that we can choose from. There's only enough space on the rocket though for 12, I think. Yeah, 12. But what we want first is scientists and botanists. It's probably the only two we need straight away. And maybe one medic. We need to build a medic center for that. Okay, so as you can see, we have 4 botanists, 8 scientists. Okay, so we're going to take actually 1 scientist away and get 1 medic. Just so we can have the medic facility open. Okay, so launch that. The reason I want a medic facility is because it's pretty important to have one. An infirmary, that's what it's called. It's pretty important to have one just so people, you know, have good health. And so if they get sick, they can come here. I don't actually know if they get sick on this game in particular, but I know that infirmaries are good. I just need a place to put it. I might put it here. Yeah, let's put it there. Let's speed this up. Oh, China's nearly completed a milestone. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, also there's like all of these little things, anomalies, planet anomalies you can go to. You can get like there's different outcomes, like this one has an unknown outcome, unknown. This one you get research progress, and there's others, research progress. Sometimes you get technologies unlocked. But that's not something we really want to do right now. So he's still refueling. So when our colonists arrive, we will touch them down. Actually, what we could do is build a launch pad, a landing pad. Landing pads are only suggest building if you know like if you have basically a permanent location you want your rockets to land, or if you like want to land them close to stuff, because then it kicks up less dust and then therefore requires less maintenance on the nearby surroundings when they launch and land. So I don't know where I want to put this, if I want to even have one at all. I don't want to put it here because that's where another one of our domes are going to go, just there nestled in the rocks. So what I think I might do is actually have it here, maybe?
Sector scanned.
It's a very odd place to have it. Or over here. Nah, I think let's just have it here. Let's have it right there. So that's just a designated landing pad for our rockets. Okay, so that is that. All we have to really do now is just wait for our colonists to arrive, and after that wait 10 days for them to complete the founder stage. Hopefully we get a good outcome, which they should. Let's check. We're getting 12 colonists, and there's 12 work slots, so should be good. So 3. I can't remember how many botanists we get. I think we're getting 4 botanists. That's okay. One of the botanists can work there. We might have this turned off since we're only getting 1 medic. So we have 3 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or actually, so I have research there, botanist there. Okay, so we're only going to have 1 medic in this building, but the jobs should be filled up with the other colonists as well. So we're getting 12 colonists and there's 12 available jobs. Yep. So that makes sense. They just won't be specialised in the infirmary, all of them, unfortunately. But that isn't something you need to worry about at all early on. Oh, what is this? A new and intriguing report has been filled in from an orbital scan above your colony. Reveals a vista, reveals a research site, or an underground water deposit. Indeed, Commander, but the nature of the other anomaly is yet unknown. There's a little too much data. You've discovered a new planetary anomaly. Cool. Alright, so China has completed a milestone. First human on Mars was China. No, we're like 10% of the trip away. So Sol 14, China made it. Damn it. That's okay. I'm not actually competing. I don't care about the other colonies. I probably could have turned them off altogether, to be honest. But that would have made the game a little bit too easy. Okay, so this is looking pretty nice. Just a little base here, a little setup we've got going here. It's pretty nice. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of drones doing nothing. It's not really unfortunate, but we've got a bit of concrete gathering up. I'll put 2 concrete depots there. You always want to have one depot specific to something that you're mining or extracting, like a concrete or metal. So I've got a metal one here all ready to go, even though we've got a whole heap of metal there already. I might put another one there if we get some colonists working at a metal deposit extraction job there. There's also some water here, but I don't need the water, so won't worry about that. Okay, our rocket's here. Sometimes the rockets take a long time to land, but I guess they are coming from space. Whoop whoop. Look at our colonists. That's a drone.
New
Look at them
colonists
bounce.
have arrived.
Bounce. Damn. So you can kind of tell like their specialization by the way they look. So like the green ones here, they're botanists. The white ones you saw, they are scientists. So everyone should
Crop
have a
failure
job.
reported.
Okay, so the rockets bring food, only a little bit. So what we want to do is we want to select some crops. That only produces 2.5. We're just going to stick with that for now. They use 0.6 water, 0.6, 0.3. The reason we're going with the wheatgrass rather than the others, even though they produce better food, is because it's the least amount of time. So every day we should get 2.5 times 3, so 7.5. We should get 7.5 food every day, and that should be enough to feed all of our colonists, because I don't think each colonist eats 1 unit of food a day. Okay, anyway, so all we have to do now is wait 10 souls or 10 days for our colonists to basically explore Mars, be the founders of Mars. Alright everyone, I think I might finish this episode up here. There's not much more I want to do in particular yet, just wait 10 days, I'll keep things running. So next episode will be basically near the end of our founding days, and yeah, hopefully if anything interesting happens I will be sure to obviously record it, but for now we are just going to be waiting until our founder stage has ended, because honestly there's not really much you can do. You can like expand, you can build more infrastructure, but like colonist wise you can't really do anything, so I will leave it until then.
Full of hope and determination,
So
the first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
yeah, there we go. First founders have set foot on Mars. Unfortunately we weren't the first humans on Mars, but we are the first for our colony. Alright, well with that I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Leave me any feedback below, and yeah, just hope to see you in the next video, so thanks for watching.